out to the Nerd Effect News Show, week ending July 20th, 2014. I am one of your anchors, Dustin Vancour, joined by my three buddies.
Mark Morgan.
Mason Ireland.
Nikki Prindle.
Yay! And, how's it going, guys? How you doing? It's been a week. Sorry, we did a whole lot of pre-talking before the show, so we don't really have much to talk about here at the top of the show. I will go out of the way to mention that, hey, Fandemonium's in like less than 2 weeks. So, be there, be square, and be happy about it. And come say hi to us and to my father-in-law, Professor Algernon. He has lots of little trinkets and bobs at his table where you can actually buy fairy dust. That's a thing.
Gay people sneezes.
That's what he does. He just has people here sneeze into this. What's he call it? It's like paranormal water or something like that, where you just spray it. These ghosts go away.
Okay.
He's got all sorts of cool stuff. But his magic show is fun too. It's totally awesome. I think he's changed it up since I did it last. I think the trick
Ridiculously excited to watch it.
I think the trick that he pulled on me, he stopped doing. So, yeah, I could be wrong. I won't know because I won't be there.
We'll be sure to tell you all about how awesome it is
Over Twitter.
Yep.
And my phone's just gonna go merit, 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 merit. Take it off vibrate.
I was gonna say, I would hope that if you're at a wedding, it'll just be on silent.
And then my leg will just be on. My leg will just be vibrating for like an hour straight. So we're here to talk about news.
Yes.
Lots of good news. And fun news, and we should probably shambo it.
Newsies.
Newsies?
Newsies.
I never saw that.
We're not going to talk about the musical or the movie, sorry.
But cult films.
But now you're giving away this week's topic already.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I wasn't.
You're giving them a peek behind the veil, Nikki.
Stop picking on me.
Plus, I think Newsies is probably popular enough that it wouldn't necessarily be a cult film.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
I didn't say great. I said popular.
It was pretty great, Mason.
I didn't say I didn't like it
Nobody
either.
and I
I'm just
are gonna
saying.
Fight you.
I'm just saying that.
No, me and you
Great.
have to fight Mason. He's talking shit about the Newsies.
Now you're putting words in my mouth.
They already fell out of your mouth. I just picked them up and put them back.
Except for I never said it was
I might
bad.
have rearranged them a little bit.
Into an untrue sentence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
I'm just sitting back, letting the magic happen here. It's pretty good. Okay, so ready? Here we go.
Sure. Bye, bye.
Did Mike?
So Mike and Dustin.
Yeah. Stop doing the same thing. Warped minds think alike. Stop it!
Damn it! Okay. You go first because of that.
All right.
That is your punishment for reading my mind.
Mike and I had a telepathic moment there for a second.
That was creepy. You guys have been hanging out too long.
So, squishy robots go from hard to soft.
That's what she said.
But chink.
I've been waiting for that. Is that the squishy robot?
So, right. So these people have come up with some experimentations they've been doing to make robots that can go from being solid, rigid, load-sustaining to being soft and flexible and squishy.
Load.
You mean so after it's done sustaining its load, it then goes soft?
I don't even have to do anything on this one.
The end. Okay.
Okay, let's actually hear the science behind it.
Okay, so the phase-changing material can switch between hard and soft states. Basically, it's a foam material that's got wax in it. So they apply heat to the material, it'll soften up and become flexible. And then when they stop applying the heat to it, it becomes rigid again. So they can basically have like wires going through it that are, that heat up when it needs to be soft and pliable.
So friction generates heat.
Yes. So after it's done sustaining, it's slowly goes soft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason he picked this for his news story. It was all the jokes.
Let's see how quickly the adult industry picks up on this little.
I was going to say,
tidbit.
I can see lots of applications for this mining. It would be really handy. Get it through crevices, and then
Mining
shit around.
vaginas.
Yeah, and then also I would think that the adult entertainment industry, robots on robot action, hardcore volume 2. I don't know. Mike's actually annoyed with all of the dick jokes we're making right now. This is amazing.
No, I'm good. So,
I never knew there were enough dick jokes to annoy Mike.
I know, I didn't either.
So, besides the material being able to become soft and rigid again, it's also self-healing. So, let's see. I actually have no idea how to pronounce her name. So it's Annette
Hasoi.
Yeah. Professor of Mechanical Engineering and Applied Mathematics at MIT and one of the creators of the material. So if the material goes too far and breaks, they can reheat it, get the wax to melt, and then get it to basically fix itself. Gotta get back to where that was. So basically, a few different applications on something like this. If you need a robot that can, say, get into rubble to do search and rescue, things of that nature, then the robot can flex down and get into small crevices. Like in the surgical field, having a small robot vehicle that can get inside the small places inside a human body and then expand as needed. So,
All joking aside, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Aside from that, being able to just have robots that can interact with humans better. So,
Sorry.
I honestly wasn't even thinking of that.
I was thinking more along the lines of ones that won't take over the world and become self-aware.
All we have to do is heat them up.
Just heat them up and melt them.
Just heat them up, make them all flaccid, and just be like, yeah, whatever.
Then they're going to come up with Robot Viagra, and it's just...
It's called air conditioning.
Yeah.
You can see a robot coming at you with AC, you're kind of screwed.
He's got AC strapped to his back. Just in case.
Get the flamethrowers.
Oh no, my extension cord ran out.
Anyway, the materials can be, like, basically 3D printed.
Okay.
Yeah, it was saying it looks like the stuff that you pick up is just straight up wax and polyurethane foam. Like you can just pick the shit up at a craft store.
Pretty much. That's the stuff they're experimenting with. That's about it for that story, honestly. It was more dick joke than science, but...
As it should be.
But the science and what they're trying to do with it is still awesome.
Oh yeah, it's super awesome. But
They had,
also...
if you go to the news link, there's a
Use
little
the dick
video
jokes.
there that shows some pretty cool demos.
With
They
the
actually
video
have,
rated.
oh no. It actually got
Sorry.
it's basically an appendage that's got 4 sides that have
I love how you say
joint.
appendage, and Mason looks at me. I'm sorry. That was great.
But, so they got it on 4 levels. And at each level, they have, like, a solid, a joint piece. And then on the other side, it's the material that can get soft. So they can make, on one side, the material gets soft. They pull a cable through the middle, and it makes it bend at that spot.
Oh, okay.
And then they can do it at a different level and make it bend in a different direction.
Oh, that's
So they
neat.
can control it
So I can
based
control
on
which
which
part
ones are
of it
soft
goes.
and which ones are
It's like one of those. It's like those old toys where you squeeze it and it goes limp and you let it go and it.
Only more controlled.
Yeah. And it goes tight again.
Probably much more expensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is all very experimental at this point.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yep. All right, that's it for me. Who's next?
Yeah.
No yawning. There will be no yawning.
Mason's like
Evidently,
me.
there will be yawning.
We didn't get much sleep last night.
I
Yeah.
don't think any of us did.
So,
I was up all night trying to sell my shit.
I was...
right. So, for type 2 diabetics, which is, just to clarify so everyone knows what we're talking about, type 1 diabetes is where your body no longer produces insulin. Type 2 diabetic is where your body still produces insulin, your body just doesn't respond to insulin anymore.
Yay.
There is currently a group of drugs. Screw that. I don't care enough to say that name. Really, really annoying scientific-y word. Normally I'm pretty good with them. This one, no, not so much.
It's like 20 consonants in a row. It's like,
Mason just ran out of fucks because there's too many letters in that word.
Yes, exactly. But this group of drugs, which is mentioned in the article, can return normal insulin response, but they have side effects ranging from bone loss to fat accumulation in the liver, both of which are bad, Ray. However, over at the Salk Institute of Biological Studies, they've started working with a protein that is much easier to say, fibroblast growth factor 1.
They're so creative with their names.
FGF1 is also known.
sounds like a jet.
Yeah,
It
it does,
does.
kind of. It is currently being tested on mice and is mice that have type 2 diabetes are being returned to normal, and mice that are normal or have type 1 diabetes it has no effect on. And so far they do not have any side effects. So, and one dose can last, quote, several days. They don't say how many days specifically, but a single dose restores blood sugar to normal for several days by triggering the body's response to insulin. And they're hoping that they can get it to where after several doses it becomes a permanent state. But even if it is not a permanent state, if you only have to, take a shot or a pill possibly once every week or so, and your body will respond normally to the insulin it generates, yay, good going.
As someone who's pre-diabetic and has a very insulin-resistant body, I feel much more optimistic about my future hearing this news. Because
good.
Nikki doesn't like needles.
Well, this one does have needles involved in it, but it's only once a week.
But if you don't like
every
needles,
few hours.
doing one once a week is way better
Than every few hours?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, science.
Yeah. So yeah, short article, but very cool on this one.
Super exciting.
And I don't think there's many dick jokes that you can make about this one.
Your dick has diabetes.
Doesn't
It was a
sound
stretch. It was a push.
It worked. That's what she said.
Oh!
Oh, God.
So I was going to go with the tiny prick one, but all right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would have been much funnier because
We
it's
should
kind of that was when you could tell your mom.
We should just title this the Dick Joke News. Cause,
Nerd Effect Dick News.
yeah, because this is out of control.
You're next.
So.
That's what she said.
Oh! Aliens.
Yeah.
I did the crazy guy hands.
Your hair's not standing on end in a
Because I have a
really
hat
wicked
on.
wave.
Because I have a hat on.
Oh, that's no fun.
If I took my hat off, it would honestly probably look kind of funky, but not as awesome as that guy's hair.
Probably not.
If you don't know what we're talking about, he's on, I believe it's Ancient Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And see, I think I know where that guy got his hairstyle from. He loves aliens so much that he tried to make his hair do the Centauri hair thing from Babylon 5. he's not a very good Centauri.
He's my favorite crazy. I used to live across the street from people that had bumper stickers with his face on them, and I really wanted to make friends with them, but then they moved. Because I'm like, anybody who not only found a bumper sticker with that dude's face on it, but put it on not one but two of their cars.
Either they're major fans of him, or...
I did that irony.
It's my kind of crazy. So, I'm just going to read the first paragraph of this. Forget everything you think you know about the moon. The channel that brought you Sharknado has turned their sights to the stars for a 2-hour documentary special, Aliens on the Moon, The Truth Exposed. And Entertainment fucking Tonight got an exclusive interview. I'm sorry. Entertainment Tonight, really?
Yeah, well.
They interviewed Buzz Aldrin, who's now saying that he saw UFOs on the moon. I, for one, hope it's not just senility.
I hope it is just senility.
I hope that it was really aliens.
I'm just saying, UFO simply stands for Unidentified Flying Objects.
Well, but wait, there's more. So, according to this Entertainment Tonight article, I hate myself that this is the article that I found to link to. I hate that. I hate it so much. The special promises shocking revelations such as a giant power structure resembling a nuclear power plant cooling tower, unidentified objects that appear to be carving long, deep tracks many miles across the lunar terrain, and an interview with astronaut Buzz Aldrin where he, in quotes, reveals he saw a UFO. The special also features photos showing the undeniable existence of what look like installations, factories, saucers, hangars. Can we pretend clothes hangars? I know they probably mean like...
They mean airplane hangars.
I know, but can we pretend clothes hangars?
Sure,
okay.
Go for it.
I
won't stop you.
Abortions on the moon. What?
Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
Good Lord.
Fucking really, Mike?
Dick jokes, Mike. Dick jokes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's like the tail end of a dick joke.
Oh!
Okay.
Classy people. We keep it classy on this show.
Since fucking when? I deliberately don't give my family our website. Like, do not want. Oh God. And huge satellite dishes possibly trained directly on planet Earth. They're totally not speculating there at all.
Well, okay. One, why would you train big satellite dishes on Earth from the moon?
Well, and especially from the back side of the moon where you can't actually see any of the things.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's on Sci-Fi, and that was an Entertainment Tonight exclusive, because they are a legitimate news source.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
It hurts me when it's on the TV box.
When it's on the TV box?
Yeah.
But it's...
Mm-hmm.
But, sorry. There was a break in our talking.
Yes.
Next.
So yeah, I guess I'll go on with my news.
Yeah.
So something that's been up in the air for quite some time, I think, has been I'll just read the title. Google will stop calling games free when they offer in-app purchases. So this comes from it's actually a European thing currently. They don't know whether or not it'll be transferred over to anywhere else, United States. I imagine it probably will eventually. Yeah. But this comes from TheVerge.com, and I'll just read the first paragraph here. It says, Google has agreed to add protections around games in-app purchases to ensure that children won't rack up unwanted charges on their parents' credit cards. The changes...
iTunes has already been doing?
Well, no. Free...
You can turn off your in-app purchases. And also they have a notice that lets you know if they're available in the app before you even download it.
Yeah, most parents don't know that.
Oh, well, you know.
I've actually seen calls on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like, well, when you go to the Play Store, it says it's free. Then you know, the kids are going into the game and actually making in-game purchases.
Oh, Candy Crush.
Oh, that's...
Parents are stupid.
Maybe if you don't know what Junior's doing, you shouldn't leave him unsupervised with your iPad. Just a thought.
Maybe you shouldn't tie your credit card to your child's iTunes account.
Yeah, that too.
I'm guessing this
But
is.
if I got 10
here's the
gigabytes of
thing.
usage on my iPad, well, your kid's been downloading games and watching porn. What do you expect?
This has to come from. This has to come from the fact that or parents are letting their kids play with the phones.
Yeah.
Like it's not that it's their own phone, but I imagine it's got to be like their 6 or 7 year old who wants to play games on the road,
It's problem times, probably.
and it's like, I need extra coins. Bink, and $7, and $7, and $7.
Why is my phone bill $300 higher
Yes.
than usual?
So let's go back here. In-app purchases to ensure that children won't rack up unwanted charges on parents' credit cards. The changes come at the request of the European Commission, which has been investigating the ongoing issue of unwanted in-app purchases and is today laying out a series of guidelines that it will like developers and app stores to comply with. Google has said that by the end of September, it will cease to advertise games as free when they include in-app purchases, and that it will also require payment verification before each purchase. It's unclear if these changes will be exclusive to Europe, however. And it also says Apple has also agreed to make changes at the behest of the Commission. But it hasn't yet agreed to anything specific. So, this is great for somebody like me who has a 2.5-year-old who doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
Likely right now all she likes to do is watch YouTube videos, but eventually she's going to want to play some games. And the fact that my phone is obviously tied to my credit card and the Google Play Store, it makes it very easy to purchase something. In fact, all it does is it asks you, "Are you sure?" And that's about the extent of it. And then you just say yes or no.
See, this is one point where iPhones are superior because mine asks me for my password every time.
You must have it set that way then.
I might.
It
I
must
don't know. It makes me happy though.
I don't remember.
Because then if I
having to
am
do
purchasing something, I can go, do I really want to spend that 99 cents so I don't have to wait 5 hours to play this level? Yes, I do. Click.
that.
Okay, I would say for me that was never a big thing because I had my iPhone set up to where it would just, if I wanted it to, it would just purchase. But I rarely bought an app because there was usually a free one that did what I wanted. And I mean, I bought music through iTunes. I still buy music through iTunes because
you can put it on your phone still.
Yeah. And also, who needs a CD? Okay. If the artist is there and can sign the CD for me, I need a CD. But
see, I've never had a car that had a stereo that took MP3s or thumb drives. So in that case, I like CDs.
You just get a tape deck adapter and plug it into your headphones of your MP3 player.
My last car didn't even have a tape deck; it just had a CD player.
Yeah. That's why you make mixed CDs, so you don't have to listen to just one artist constantly.
That's what I usually do, but I still like to have the CDs just in case.
Yeah, I don't really care about the physical media normally unless I'm going to get it signed by the artist or something. So,
I like owning things.
But I guess I just have an amazing resistance because I've never once paid for anything in an app ever.
I have. I got really hooked on Bejeweled Blitz once, and
oh my god,
over a total of maybe over a year, I maybe spent $25 on it.
Jesus,
it's not horrible.
Okay, I've dropped $1.86. Would that be it? I don't know. I've dropped a little bit of money in the last 2 days. I have this game called Map of the Dead, which is amazing, and it uses your location. And it'll say business names around you, and you can go raid them for supplies, and it's a zombie apocalypse, and you fight zombies. But you can only raid a location once every 5 hours. But you can reset the timer for 99 cents. So, I've done that a few times.
I know, and I like to think of it as you're also helping an indie developer.
Oh yeah, and this is a great
spending
game.
Money on them.
It's laid out where it basically makes your phone look like it's a little handheld device that's got a map on it that you're using to go around, and you find supplies and you can sell them and upgrade.
My phone is a little handheld device that has a map on it.
Well, yeah, but this uses that interface to look like... It's not... You suck.
Kind of like Zombies Run.
Right now, It can tell that I'm not at my house. So the supplies I have in my backpack in the game are the only ones I have access to. I can't access the ones that I have dropped at my base. So I'm not going to play because I didn't grab anything in the game before I left my house. But it shows me all of these different locations, and it tells you the risk level of them. And like Applebee's is a level 1 risk. Tony's Texaco is level 2.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. It changes. It's really cool, and I'm completely okay with in-app purchases.
So you just check into the places that you're at, and then you just
you have to you actually interact with it. Like there'll be zombies there that you run into, and then it just can tell what's around you. Basically, it uses Foursquare technology.
It uses your GPS and Google Maps.
Yeah, it says powered by Foursquare at the bottom.
Yeah, I say hopefully Google Maps, because otherwise, if it uses Apple Maps, you're screwed, and it might think you're in Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Like right now, it's telling me that if I were to hop on the freeway, there's a hot zone in Wyoming. It's ridiculous, and it's really cool and really well done, and I hope that they keep doing stuff with it. But I'm okay if it's, like Mason said, supporting an indie developer.
Yeah,
I think I said that.
You said that, but
okay. Well, like you said then.
Yeah, okay. For me, there's a difference between supporting like an indie developer and like supporting like people. Like Candy Crush made like $1 billion since we've been talking, or something.
And they made so many games.
But they started as indie. I mean, God forbid they make a few extra bucks.
They're part of a big conglomerate publishing house that pumps out crapware games that are structured around getting people to pay for it.
They have a lot of games, and all of them are, in order to play them successfully, you have to buy things in the game.
Speaking of, isn't the guy who did Flappy Bird supposed to re-release it this month?
Yep.
Did it happen already? Or?
Nope.
Funny how that happens, though.
If he doesn't want to re-release it, he doesn't have to. It's his product that he made.
Well, no, it's the fact that he said he was taking it out of the store, and then...
Yeah.
Oh, well, now that I'm seeing all of these knockoff game versions of mine, maybe I'll re-release it.
Well, he became overwhelmed with the overnight success of it all of a sudden.
Which is understandable.
Yeah, but, I mean, once you put it out there in the Play Store, do you really have to interact with it all that much?
Well, you got to keep it updated with the newest firmware and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But, I mean, it was his prerogative to pull it down. He did.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
it just seems gimmicky to me.
Okay, to me it doesn't seem gimmicky. It's just, like, I would have just deleted the Twitter and, and Instagram and all the other accounts that were attached to it and made new ones if I wanted them. And just let it become its own ecosystem. And, sure, if I need to update it for firmware so people can still play it, sure, I'll update it for the firmware, but just kind of not pay attention. Like, that's one of the things I think, I think there's a fine line for game devs of when they should pay attention and when they shouldn't pay attention for a game. And, big game devs, like BioWare or something, they really don't have to pay attention, but they really should pay attention. Because BioWare, as long as they don't make a crappy game, they're going to continue to get their funding from EA. But at the same time, they have to know what their fans like, so they have to pay attention to what their fans like about the games. But they really have to, and I'm sure BioWare is good at ignoring the vocal minority, who are always the ones who complain.
Not like the guy in the guild?
Exactly like the
Well, he wasn't good at ignoring the people.
Oh, yeah.
He freaked out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the
developer.
The dev. Yeah. That's right. Exactly. And like an indie dev like this, when people complain that his game is hard, whatever. I mean, it's people complain. If people bitch that it's hard, but they turn around and try to beat the level again, obviously it's not a punishment hard. It's a difficulty hard. You're not making it hard just to punish people and make them not have fun. You made it hard, and people are having fun with it because they have a desire to beat it. So it's kind of like Dark Souls.
I never played Dark Souls.
I've never played any of the Dark Souls games, but I've heard enough about them because not both. A couple of my cousins, I have a lot more than just two, but these are two of my closer cousins, both play it. And basically Dark Souls is like getting punched in the face by someone you love every 5 minutes.
That's the best description.
That is a great description.
Because like this is a description I heard about it. It's like you found the most perfect woman. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She's well read. She's an expert conversationalist. She's great in bed. Everything about her is perfect. You ask her to marry you, and she says yes. And the only problem with this relationship is that every 5 minutes that she is around you, she punches you in the face for no reason.
Pretty big problem.
Even at night, like you are dead asleep. Once every 5 minutes, pow, right in the face. She doesn't even know she's doing it necessarily. Definitely, that is the relationship people have with Dark Souls. Like, they love the game more than any other game ever, but it is also punishing because it is hard. It is NES hard. But people love the game, and Flappy Bird sounds to me exactly the same thing. It was NES hard, but people love to play it. So if you love to play it and it's NES hard, cool. Suck it up and quit bitching about how hard it is.
Super Digestive Moose is like that, man. That game I showed you last week with the moose who poops. So you score by catching food that's falling from the sky, but if you catch a mushroom, it's
a laxative.
Thank you. I can't brain. It's a laxative, and all of a sudden this stream of poop comes out of the back of the moose, and he dies. And you have to keep feeding him, or he'll starve and he'll die. And the highest I can get is 12 food catches before he dies from either pooping too much or starving. And it is so hard. I can't stop playing it. Yeah. It's the stupidest game, but it's so hard.
Which is why people like Flappy Bird.
Yeah. It's the thing is like, if you like a hard video game, cool, like your hard video game. But then don't turn around and bitch because it's hard.
But I can pay 99 cents to go further.
Not on Flappy Birds. That was part of it.
I'm talking about the actual topic. We kind of went off on a huge tangent.
Yeah.
But
we don't do that ever.
But the actual topic was that they're gonna. So I imagine what they're going to do is they're going to basically enforce a 4-digit PIN number of some sort,
right,
at the point of
purchase.
Don't give it to
your kid.
And don't give it to your kid. So yeah,
and don't let your kid watch you enter it in because they're smarter than you think they are.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, Google will then have a keylogger in their app store.
Yeah,
like, oh, good, I'll just pay attention to whenever there's 4 numbers next to each other. Yeah. And if you're a kid listening to this, first off, why are you listening to this? 2, don't be a douche. Ask your parents first.
Although if your parents are giving you permission to listen to this, chances are you don't need their permission. Because they don't care. But we care.
I care.
And
if you're listening,
I care. However, Mike,
as I say,
from the look on his face, Mike doesn't care.
If you're a kid listening to this show, go to your mom and dad right now and ask them, what's a monkey fucker?
Oh,
Dustin and I are just mortified and staring at each other across the table right now. Well, Mason.
Well, this podcast was fun, guys. It was good.
It was fun while
good
it lasted. Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Whoa. You're grounded.
God, there's like no way to follow that up. That's...
because segues are hard.
Yes.
Are they made out of that robot material we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
What?
Whoa.
I think as news Mason should update us as to what he has plans for at Fandemonium.
Oh, well, okay, but I was just wanted to mention really quick.
Okay.
Picked up a Xbox controller for my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Arkham Asylum plays so much better when you're using a controller than versus a keyboard and mouse.
Is that as amazing as it looks?
Yeah, it's a freaking Batman game.
I know, and I love freaking Batman games, but yeah, it just looks like a fun game.
I also want an update on Watch Dogs. I heard that game kind of got really repetitive after a while.
I really enjoy Watch Dogs. Should there have been more hacking? Yes. Should there have been less firefights? Yes. However, I think that it is viable for Ubi to make a second one and correct a few of the flaws in the first one. First of all, don't lock PCs out of the really good graphics that PCs can run, because the consoles can't fucking handle it. Let the console boys cry.
Oh, I agree.
But as far as gameplay things, like I said, yeah, there was a little too much fighting, not enough hacking, but didn't really distract me from the game. Aiden Pierce, who you play, do I care about him one little bit? No, he's kind of a douchebag.
I did see that in the game somebody had actually hacked one of the folders in the game so that the primary character was one of the topless strippers from a character from one of the places in the game.
Okay.
So you're just literally walking around town as a topless stripper with nobody reacting to you. Right. And you're pulling like a cell phone out of nowhere and you're like tapping on it. It's like,
you hope it's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. So the character model for...
Yeah, they just replaced the character model is all they did. Which is not a terribly difficult feat.
Yeah, if you can figure out where the code's at, you just say yes or no and replace the file name of that character model.
Yeah. So, but, like, I don't really care about Aiden. He's kind of a douche. Because he's a hacker who's trying to get vengeance because people killed his niece. Because she was in a car when they came after him because he hacked something he wasn't supposed to. He was being a criminal like he is. Now I get the whole they killed his niece thing. I'm with him on that. But the fact
You're with
that
the niece killers?
No, I'm with Aiden on getting revenge for that.
Okay.
But the fact that you're trying to be like a vigilante and stop crime, yet the way you make money in the game is to hack people's cell phones and steal from their bank accounts.
So you're doing it at the expense of other people.
Yeah.
Literally.
So there's a few moral issues going on with Aiden that are a little messed up. But whatever.
He needs a psychologist.
And it's not the kind of ones that make you deep. But like, I enjoy the game. I think it's fun. I am currently stuck on a mission because there's way too much freaking driving in it. Unfortunately you have to kill people during the mission too. And like,
I don't know if you guys can hear that on the microphones, but it is raining like a son bitch outside.
Was that rain or is that?
I thought that was wind, but the roads are wet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rain. If you pull your headphone off, you can hear it ticking on the roof.
There was a 10% chance of rain.
Good. Awesome.
I'd say it's a 100% chance now.
Let's be quiet for a second. Let me hear.
I don't know.
Cool.
Okay, I don't think it picked up in the mic.
I hope it does though, because that's such a soothing noise. If you fell asleep right now, we're sorry.
But yeah,
not with Mike spitting out slurs like he does.
But yeah, but for the most part, I really enjoy the game. I think it's a great concept. I think they can do a Watch Dogs 2, and if they place more emphasis on the hacking, and also have you not be Aiden, have you be a different hacker, and move it to a different city. Also, just follow their Assassin's Creed model as far as how they do it, where you go to a different place at each time. I think that could be cool. Emphasize the hacking more than the shooting, and it would definitely be better. But like I said, right now I'm stuck on a mission because there's a lot of driving involved. I'm actually probably going to try it tomorrow. Again, because I have the controller, so I can drive better because I have an analog stick instead of a digital input for controlling the steering wheel of my car. However, I'm hoping I can then put the controller down and return to my mouse and keyboard to shoot. Because controllers suck compared to a mouse and keyboard for shooting at things.
Yeah, they do.
So, yeah.
Again, never had a problem. But
yeah.
Either one, I'm happy with each.
But yeah, no, I like the game. It's just, there was a lot of people who complained about it, and I see where their complaints came from. But I don't think it's a reason to abandon the franchise yet. I think a second run at it, I think giving them a second run at it and see how they do would make for a much better game. However, yes, I also agree with the people who complain about Ubisoft calling Aiden's hat and mask iconic because they were the people who made them. They're not iconic because they don't have that kind of, they don't have a meaning of, they don't have an iconic meaning to a lot of people. For example, to stay with Ubisoft, even an Ubisoft example, the Assassin's Spring Blades from Assassin's Creed, those are iconic.
I would recognize those. I don't even know what you're talking about when you're saying his hat is iconic.
He has a baseball hat with a symbol on it.
No.
And
So do I.
yeah.
So
And
does every sports team in America.
yeah.
Go sports team.
His isn't for a sports team though. It's just kind of there. But yeah, it's not iconic because it's not that recognizable.
But it is something you can make merchandise from if you wanted to.
Yes. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Watch Dogs right now. I haven't actually played it in like 2 weeks because of drivey, crashy. And like, you start out with like an immediate top level police chase. So you're basically boned from the beginning of the mission. And if I could drive better using the keyboard and mouse, I probably could have gotten past it because I can take the guy down I need to take down, get back into a vehicle, and start going again. But by that time, enough police have collected around me that they're coming from all directions, and I can't really use the environment to screw them over. So, yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. So
do we do a Nerd Effect Fandemonium update minute?
sure.
This just in. Mason reporting from the scene.
I'm still at the studio. Fandemonium doesn't start for 2 weeks.
Damn it.
That was pretty awesome.
I was trying to
effects.
create a scene. It didn't happen.
Creating an ambiance, man.
Sorry.
Zombiance? What?
Ooh, I like it. So yeah.
At Fandemonium, we will be doing on Friday night. Mike will be running a 5-player dungeon or game of the Initiative. People are welcome to stop by. First 5, I assume. Do you want them to be adults?
Depends. Preferably adults, but we'll see.
If
Okay.
they're playing in Mike's world, adults might be a good idea.
That's true.
You never know when you might get a spring-loaded something in your butt.
We don't have any naughty bits on this one. It's okay.
Okay.
Remember, Mason fucked a spider.
We won't be in that part of the game.
So, and a human, both on the same night. Friday night, Mike will be running a game of the Initiative that will be recorded, and we will be playing it like on the show and stuff. And then on Saturday, we will be doing a cosplay lip dub video to Pharrell's Happy sometime in the afternoon. I have to work that out still. And do you want to do your second run of the game on Saturday or Sunday?
I'd say we might have to just see how things go.
We have to have.
If there's enough people interest, I might go ahead and just run a second game on the same
Okay.
Friday, and then do it again on Saturday or Sunday. I mean, it just depends on how many people we got that are interested.
Yeah, because we'll have to sign up for Tabletop and stuff still for.
Yeah.
That has to be picking up on the microphone this time.
Yeah, that rain.
Oh wow,
has
it's
to
on
be.
the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like tack, 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 tack.
So.
I really like the rain. This makes me happy.
Yes, me too. And then on Sunday in the afternoon, still working on the exact time, but it will be announced. We'll be getting together to do a live studio audience episode of the Initiative, or not the Initiative, of the Nerd Effect podcast.
Nerd Effect Sans Dustin.
Yes, Nerd Effect Sans Dustin
Womp,
podcast.
womp.
Where we will be talking to the audience about the cool shit that happened to Fandemonium and what people liked, stuff like that. It'll be awesome.
Yay.
Yay!
Booyah.
I wish I could be there.
And I'm probably gonna be wandering around the con doing B-roll for like the music video and stuff, and for fun.
I am excited for manning the booth. Like, ridiculously excited. I've never been on that side of a booth before, so come by and say hi.
We don't really have much other than business cards, but
Well, but people
feel free
can
to
come
take
by and
one.
talk to
Yeah.
us. Like,
Yes, but it gives us a place to keep our coolers with our beverages in it.
Our reasonably priced beverages, because I'm sure they'll have some there.
But they won't be reasonably priced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, now you know what we're doing. Or
Yeah.
they're doing.
And also remember, we will also have definitely at the booth the hashtag that you will be tweeting Dustin at, telling him how awesome Fandemonium is for you.
We're even gonna. I think we should still make a tiny cardboard Dustin, like what people do for like Flat Pete or whatever his name is. Where they,
Larry.
So, yeah,
Flat
Larry.
Larry.
And let people take pictures with Flat Dustin.
Yeah.
We can just make a little one. I like the cardboard stand-up idea, but I think that's a little.
Just print it out on some cardstock, like an 8.5 by 11
I
version.
have a printer, I have color ink cartridges, and I have cardstock at my house.
We also have a laser printer here too. So
I'm not going to use the office printer. I have my own.
okay.
Mine's black and white, so
Yeah.
it would work.
We could have a black and white Dustin. It's okay.
I
Yeah.
have a nice color.
We
I could actually
could take a
do-
picture of Dustin, put a film grain on it, make it black and white.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be pretty awesome, actually.
I wouldn't
Plus
mind
your-
about,
I would say
like,
plus-
cutting it up and
I would say plus.
doing multiple pieces.
I would say plus. I saw an option on your printer. It can do poster out on 8.5 by 11.
We should do a hidden Dustin scavenger hunt. Place little Dustins around the con with hashtags on the back of it, and just have people take pictures when they find him.
Okay, we can try that. We'll see what happens. That might or might not happen. I'm just saying that right
Just
now.
my idea.
Well, no, I'm totally
Can
willing to
believe
do
it.
it. I'm just
Yeah.
yeah.
We're now brainstorming on the show.
Yeah, we need to
Sorry.
stop brainstorming on the show.
But there's a storm outside and a brain in my head. I can't help it.
It's so perfect. It's like
There's a brain outside and a storm
column.
in my head. No, wait.
It's like a perfect storm, you guys.
Oh.
oh, and on that bad pun, we're gonna end this thing.
Yes.
You're welcome.
All right, well, that's been the Nerd Effect News Show. We hope you enjoyed it, and I hope these guys make it all the entertaining, fun stuff for you at Fandemonium.
Yep.
Again, it's a couple weeks, starting August 1st through the 3rd.
Yes.
And they will be there, again, along with my father-in-law, Professor Algernon, time-traveling steampunk extraordinaire
Yes.
magician.
And I'm kind of hoping that our booth is right next to his, because I like your father-in-law. He's a kick-ass dude.
He's
I've
good
never
people.
met him, but he sent me my mascot costume.
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's pretty damn cool.
Super rad.
Well done.
So yeah.
All right, for the Nerd Effect Podcast, we have been
Nakamoga.
Mason, Ireland.
Nikki Priddle!
I'm Dustin Vancouver, and we'll bring you the news next week.